What's up, guys? This is Ninja Owner Ninja. And basically, as you can see, 2 months ago, this video, Ethan nukes Hassan, and there's a giant, rocket right there. Uh, okay, so basically, I'm gonna play a bit in a minute. I'm just gonna say something real quick. Um, there's something going on in America, basically, and the rich are paying for losers to rise the ranks, for people who suck at what they do, or you are promoting the message where little girls should be whores, so you rise up. And the reason why is because now every little girl around the world sees you and they all grow up to be whores, which means me, I have all the money. And because Joe Smo over here, who we also promote, because he's like, hey, if they have money, they're the shit. So the girls are whores and they go after people with money. And we have money and little girls are whores. We get little girls, right? Just the idea, basic concept, right? That's what's going on basically. And the same thing is with the Israeli Houthis, terrorism, anti-terrorism, all that shit that Steven is talking about, or Destiny and Hassan, right? Like Hassan is being lifted by all these places, right? We've been giving them all this, what's it called, money for their oil, basically, right? And then they take all that money and dump it into our system of commercials, basically, through whatever they market. They put it through whatever system, laundering, right? And they promote these people again. Go for rich guys, go for little girls, and little girls are whores, and go for rich guys, or go for older men, or go for, just stupid shit. And again, I use sex and that whole thing as a basic concept we all understand, because it's built into all of us. So I know you know, right? But yeah, that goes on basically. Okay, I understand. Like, and I know because that's what they did to me in gaming. Basically, it's why I quit League of Legends. Because every time I would play and I would stream, I recorded a game, and I can show you how bad these players. They're like, I'm jungle, they would take my jungle, or I would go bottom, they would follow me. And just ruin my game. And I'm carrying them, but they're trying to be like, oh, you have all this money, you're worth so much money. Instead of you being ahead and staying ahead, we're just gonna catch up. That was their excuse or whatever. But the point is, and they banned me and report me for it, and I got reported and blah blah blah. Anyways, so now listen to Destiny.
This is a good argument for why we need journalism majors, bro. I listened to when I was putting the carpet down in here at the Cyberpunk, the Steven Crowder deposition, and they were like, "Do you know what a primary and secondary source is?" And Steven Crowder's like, "Well, the primary source is like the news article, and the secondary source would be like me reading it." I'm like, bro.
And that's it, okay? And understand Steven Crowder was huge on the right. Huge on the right, basically. And that's why he did well, and everything he said just, and where is he now? What everything he said is gone. Nobody wanted it. Everybody thought they wanted it until they realized, hey, we don't want that. Like, if you only know the good of something and you don't know the bad of something, of course you're going to want it. But the second you realize, hold on, wait a minute, there's bad to this. I don't want that bad. You don't want it. And that's exactly why they promoted Steven Crowder, because all he would say is the good. That's all he would do, because he's one of those kids that grew up, like myself, had all the bitches, had all the power, had the body, had, just the fit, and whatever. And he ran off with it and became evil, right? Whereas me, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because you don't have a future, because you're a dumb bitch. I'm not gonna fuck you because then I got to entwine my existence into yours, basically. I don't want that. I don't want to be part of your family. I don't want to be part of your system. I don't want to be part of what's going on in your life. Every girl I have ever known has fallen off. They all suck, basically. And my reasoning is different. Basically, I'm the smartest man alive, right? The difference with me is I had a brain tumor and I had a stroke. That's the only reason why I'm fucking failing physically, right? Like all this shit is because like I was something and I lost it all, right? Number one in PlayStation All Stars, like a top contender in Super Smash Bros. Grandmaster in StarCraft, Grandmaster or Challenger in League of Legends, right? Like everything I've done, I was really good at. But the problem was physical problems. But the point is, it's intellect is all it is. It's not. I mean, there was a part where it was skill, and you would see that through the people that became athletes, like what the friend's name, Tyler one. He could play Draven and mechanical. That's it. There's no brains in that. You just dive in, and that was what the character, if you looked at it, that's what he was designed for, diving in, right? But the thing was, at a high enough level, right? This is why Karthus was so good, because people would dive in, and guess what he would do? It slowed them down and kite them, and then they died. That's why Karthus was so good, because he countered that. So all those big people were just dead. But the problem was, the second you had something tricky, like I played Oriana, right? I throw the ball, he tried to kite and pull him to he got knocked back to the front, and now he's slowed, and now Draven is just stuck on him, right? And so I played Oriana and Karma and whatnot. But anyways, where was it going? And I quit because NA is a joke. It sucks. And again, the reason it's all tied together, basically, is what's it called? Hollywood and commercials is literally undoing everything because it's allowing fake it till you make it to prevail. And the problem is, and even the government, people fake it till they make it. And so what happens is they all sell out or they all quit. Like, I'm out. I'm gonna get my just desserts. I quit. I can't. I'm stupid. I'm here pretending. And now that I actually have to do stuff, my options are quit or fight a case where I'm completely overwhelmed. I quit. I'm out. And Trump is the same thing. The problem with Trump is he's always been like, no, I'm the best. I'm going to prevail. I have the best deal. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Right? Problem was, he grew up with ass kissers his whole life, so he actually thinks that. And now he's held accountable because he's dealing with people that are who are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, well, you're holding me accountable. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're banned. You're banned. And this is why China and whatnot is showing up. And it's because he wants that kind of shelter to exist where he's the king. He wants to be the king. He wants to unquestion because that's what he grew up with. And that's why we can't have him as the president. We need someone like me to be the president because I grew up at the bottom, basically, and I can welcome people in and I can keep people out. And I know really well, I'm really good at letting in and keeping out. I'm really good at that shit. I remember this one time at a party, there was this girl I met, and she was like, I'm like, hey. And I looked at her and she's like, you're not getting my number. And I was like, I looked at her and I tilted my head and I just kind of moved my head up to hers and put my nose against hers. I was like, I can read you like a book. I was drunk as fuck. And I was like, I can read you like a book. And I could. I really could. And I knew she was fucking with me. So I kind of did that. And the whole time she was looking at me, but I'm going and partying. And I know she's looking because I look back and see her, and I smile and go back to my party and playing games with her. But every now and then I'd stop and look that she was looking at me. Right, but point at the end of the day, there I am in a car drinking with her, right? And this is Mrs. You're not getting my number, right? So the point is, like, I'm really good at that. Like, I actually do have the art of the deal, basically, right? I'm not all talk. I'm not all spoiled. I'm not full of ass kisses. In fact, it's the opposite, where I would say something to my best friend. There's this girl, my best friend. Girl was my best friend, and then there was a guy that was my best friend. And between the two of them, she would say, Mikey. His name was Mikey or Mikey Poo, right? So she's like, come here, Mikey Poo, because he was basically her bitch, basically, right? So I'd made fun of him and I called him Mikey Poo. Both of them were like, that's not funny, blah, 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 right? But there was this guy named Jace or something, and that they didn't know, and he was fronting, basically. And so he would suck up to them, and he said, haha, Mikey Poo, and they both laughed and lost it. He fucked them both over, and they both came back to me and said sorry, and I said, nope, you're done. That's it. You made your choice. You sold me for that. Congratulations, that's you get. Have fun, and that's it. That was the end of the story with them. I don't talk to them anymore, right? And again, this is like a long history of bullshit. But anyways, the point is that I know, and I've gone through a lot in my life, so I know. Okay. And then, yeah, with everything that's going on in the world and everything that, like, it's the same thing the same problems that I had growing up. I see them in gaming, in politics, in news, in media, in Hollywood, everywhere. It's just if you have money, you have power, you have control, and like everybody in music right now sucks, and they use the voice otter and whatnot. And back then, you were discouraged from using it because they wanted real voices, they wanted real talent to show up. But nowadays, it's just whoever has the most catchy, most awesome beat of the moment. And if it just happens, if you have the most catchy beat at that moment in time, you make a quick $2 million, and tomorrow you're forgotten and replaced with the next person that does it. Whereas back in the day, we had people that were fucking famous forever, and the reason why is because they actually had a good voice, and it wasn't just a voice box, it wasn't a voice machine. They weren't fronting, they weren't pretending. And so whenever it went down to it, they held, basically. Whereas these fake it to make it people, the people that are retiring in government, instead of facing and holding and being responsible, and the people like in charge, like this dude Hassan or whatever, like he's a fake it till you make it, right? So now it comes to him, and he just completely, yep. Whereas like someone, if it was a real person like me, I'd be like, who the fuck, what the fuck you doing? I wouldn't let them in. But that's exactly why the rich don't pay for me, basically, because I won't take their money. I won't push their message. Basically, they're like, hey, tell them 2 + 2 is 5. Make them stupid. Make their life hell. Keep them down so that my stupid kids don't have a challenge when they're in school. Because everyone else, my kid may be dumb, but your kid is dumber. Basically, right? Whereas America, what it used to be, American greatness, what it used to be smart people fighting for it. Now it's just dumb people tricking everybody else to, you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's what's going on around the world. So, anyways, yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, that was peace.